This is the story that I'm reading right now, and it's called Ada for putting my coworker in the hospital and almost killing her. Ooh. There was this guy at his job. He used to bring his food to work every day. And he noticed the first couple of weeks, like something was missing. He would bring like 3 slices of pizza to work, and all of a sudden there was 2. He'd bring some Cheetos to work, a bag of Cheetos, and then there was like half the bag empty when he got to it. So this kept progressively going on. And then what happened was he was like, this is ridiculous. I'm bringing food in there and I can't even eat my own food because somebody keeps taking it, right? So then he was like, okay, I'll start buying my own food. So he started buying his own food at 7-Eleven or I think it was Burger King, McDonald's, whatever it was. So he started buying his own food. This went on for like 2 weeks. And he was like, wait a minute, I'm going to be broke after 2 weeks, you know, because this is like 14 days of buying food. It adds up. His paycheck was taking a hit. So he's like, okay, I'm going to go back to bringing in food and see if this person will stop. So he started bringing food back in again to work. And guess what? The person, his coworker, kept stealing food again. He doesn't know who it is. So he's asking around. People don't know who it is. So he's like, okay, I'm going to put a note by my food that says, please do not touch my food, okay? He put a sign next to his food. Still, coworker, whoever it was, still ignored the sign, still ignored everything, kept taking his food. He was getting fed up. So this went on for a long time now. So finally he's getting fed up. He's like, I got to do something else. So he talked to one of his friends. His friend showed him this reel where this person put something in their food, and it put laxative in their food, in their own food, and the other person took it and made them sick. So he's like, you know what? This is a good idea. So mind you, he's still got the sign, don't touch my food. And now he puts a laxative in his food. Well, this didn't go out good. So the coworker, which we found out now was a girl through reading the Reddit story, took the food. Took the bait, you would say. It took the bait, ate the food, and had allergic reaction to whatever was in the laxative. Whatever thing is inside there, had an allergic reaction to it, and ended up in the hospital. Okay? So now they all went to go visit this girl in the hospital. He feels bad. They're all talking about how it happened. So he fessed up and said what happened. He said he put a laxative in his food trying to find out who did it. And it turned out being her. So now she's in the hospital. So there was about 6 or 7 co-workers there. 4 or 5 of them thought it was really messed up what he did. One of the guy friends over there, most of the girls thought it was messed up what he did. The guy friend was on his side, saying, look, he put a sign saying, don't touch my food. She should have never touched his food, but she did so anyway. The other one was kind of like iffy, whatever. So that was that. The next day he gets a call from his boss. And the boss was like, look, you got to apologize for what happened. That was wrong. Even though it's your food, technically you shouldn't have touched it, but still you got to apologize. Or you can't come back to work until you apologize, which is kind of messed up. But he's like, I can't take too many days off. If I miss their work a couple more days, I can get fired for not returning to work. So he eventually, he was thinking about apologizing, but then the boss calls him back again. Basically, the boss is like HR. The boss is like the boss and HR. So the boss calls him back later on or the next day. Says, look, you can come back to work. She's not asking for you to apologize. If you want to apologize, that's up to you, but she's not asking for it, so you don't have no reason to worry about it. You can come back to work, no issues. Now, there was some edits back to this. I'm going to pause it right here because I'm going to go back because I remember there was like 5 updates to the story, so I want to get all 5 of them. I'm going to come right back. Hold on. So the first update was, well, when I told the story now, in the beginning of that story, he never referred to him as a male or female. So the first update was that it was a male, but I told you the story as it was a male. The second update is now, so the guy on his side told him he overheard the girls talking, and that the girl that he put the laxative in his own food, mind you, not her food, it was his own food, is planning to sue him for what he did to her by putting the laxative in his own food that she was not supposed to touch. Imagine, you put a laxative in your food, and she eats your food, and now she's trying to sue you because she went to the hospital because she had an allergic reaction to your food with the laxative that you put in your food. The story just boggles my mind. Let me go to number 3. All right, number 3 is basically the guy is saying, look, many of you, because there's probably getting comments in there about this, many of you are forgetting that he did put the sign there and it's still there. Do not touch my food. So she decided to touch his food. Even with a sign saying, do not touch my food, she still decided to touch the food. Messed up. She messed up. So I don't know. I don't know how you can blame him for when she's touching her food, his food, eating it as her own when it's his. I think that teaches her a real good lesson, especially if you have food allergies. Why would you touch other people's food? You don't know what's in other people's food, especially when you have a food allergy. Like, why would you do that? That's just nonsense. Let me read the other one. All right, so one of the comments says, in my shared refrigerator, what I do is I put a sign that says, my food contains a laxative. Do not eat my food because it contains a laxative. And nobody touches their food at all. It's a good idea. If you should have a shared refrigerator at work, put something in there that says, please do not eat my food because it does have something in there that you might not want to eat. That's maybe it's a medication or something that you might not want to be taking. So put that in your sign. That's a good idea. Put that on your food and your sign or whatever, so nobody will touch it. Nobody will probably touch it because they ain't gonna take a chance on that. Okay. Another comment was, as somebody who's OCD about things, I could never share a refrigerator with other people because I'm afraid if somebody touches my food, I can never eat the food again. Because I'm so OCD that somebody might put their fingers in it, their hands in it, they touch some piece of it, even just look at it, they will not touch that food again. So I agree. If you're OCD, you ain't gonna want nobody touching your food, even looking at your food. So I agree. People should just not touch other people's food. Like, seriously, maybe you do that in your house. I don't even think it's good to do in your own house, but even if you do that in your house, that's one thing. But to be doing that to a shared refrigerator at work, that's just nasty, man. You don't do that to other people. It's gross. Another person makes a great point. Don't you hate when you put stuff in the refrigerator and it starts smelling or tasting like the other foods that are in that refrigerator? Like, I agree. I mean, if it's covered or sealed, it won't have that effect. But if you put in, like, let's say you have pizza or something, leftover pizza, and you just throw it into the refrigerator, not even covered or anything like that, the next time you go eat it, sometimes it tastes like, it just tastes different. You know, it tastes like whatever was in your fridge. It just doesn't taste the same sometimes. It's got a weird flavor to it. I agree. I mean, if you're going to put something in the fridge, make sure it's sealed really good, because the flavor can get messed up. Just thinking about that now. Yeah, I remember that. It does. This other person was talking about when he's a coworker. He's like, don't you hate when people come to the fridge and they open up the fridge and they're coming in sick to work and they're sitting there coughing, spitting and coughing, and germs are going all into the fridge. So yeah, they don't put any of their food in the fridge because they don't want that to be them. I agree. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I just think this story is crazy. I don't know. I think if I was them, I probably would have done the same thing. I don't know. If you're getting tired of it, if somebody just keeps doing it to you over and over again, and you put signs and you've like attempted everything you can, corrective action that you could think of to stop it. You've talked to the coworkers, you've asked everybody if they've done it, you put a sign saying stop doing it. What are you left to? Supposedly, I forgot to put that part in there, but supposedly even talk to the boss, and the boss says nothing they could do about it before this happened. So it's like you tried every remedy there is to solve it, and you can't solve it. Laxative time. I don't know. I don't think you should do it. I'm just saying, me personally, I probably would try it. You know, just, I think out of the fun fact of it all. I mean, it's messed up that she had an allergic reaction to it, but just the fun fact of now you know who it is and how you figure it out who it is by putting that laxative in there. I don't know. I think it's funny. What you guys think about this story? Please like, subscribe, share it. Let's go. Comment below what you think. Would you put a laxative in your coworkers or in your food that you know your co-worker's gonna eat? Comment below, would you do it? Yes or no? I said yes. What do you say?